It was a false sense of protection for P. Diddy. He thought he was doing something to protect his family and his empire and his estate. Okay, that's all well and dandy if there wasn't poor intentions behind it. Or described Combs as appearing thinner and grayer than when he was last seen in public, and he was wishing the speculators happy holidays as he left, trying to keep his same persona as always. He's really downplaying what is something that is so serious, but you can see the stress and all of the wear and tear that is doing on him physically and mentally.
You know that everything that he brought to these people, it instantly backfired on them, because you don't instantly bite the hand that feeds you. And one thing that everybody knows, you cannot have the people around you that's helping you eat, and then you turn on all these people. Cassie, she was one thing in this whole situation, but we know for a fact what happened before the lawsuit even came out. Kim Porter, she was found unresponsive, and everybody know for a fact. Drop them RP Kim Porters down in the comment section, because her passing, this was something that nobody thought it was going to come about, but Diddy, he kind of opened the doors for all of this to even occur. Diddy's son, he wants to know what happened to his mother. And I know everybody sat back and saw Gene Deal. He said that Rihanna, everybody sat there and they heard Diddy say exactly what went on in there. They got the footage. Diddy made sure that he took everything about that house. He got rid of all the evidence that would eventually lead back to him. I want everybody to know this is a sad situation. Tupac was one of the main ones who kept telling everybody, he was warning everyone, leave Diddy alone, don't go around Diddy. Diddy doing this, Diddy is involved in so much. And then it end up coming to the light. Whatever's done in the dark will come to the light. Every party that Diddy had is getting exposed.
You have to figure too, as far as we know, P. Diddy was the last person to see Kim Porter alive. Her best friend showed up at the door looking for her sister, her best friend, the person that is who she sits down and has morning coffee with, and is mortified to find out she's deceased. A person who is expecting someone to pass away isn't so over mortified, shocked. Like, oh my God, that just happened. It's unexpected, and unexpected, untimely passing is gonna send your mind into a whirlwind of questions.
It happens time to time, but Russell Simmons kept saying that Diddy, he knew exactly what went down up in there. They said that Diddy left the party. As soon as Diddy left the party, he chased up behind her. He knew for a fact that as soon as they got into it inside there about Cassie, that it was gonna be over with. People don't know that Kim Porter, she's not here with us today because of the argument that they had at Jay-Z party. And now Gene Deal said that he sat back and he watched Diddy for 25 minutes. Next thing you know, this is where Diddy, he instantly walked out the door. He followed Kim Porter. Kim Porter was leaving the party because she didn't want to be around them, and she saw Diddy kept spiking the drinks. Cassie was standing right there, and Diddy was showing more favoritism towards her than his own baby mama.
I wouldn't even go with favoritism. You gotta realize, look at what Cassie's lawsuit really is. It's not about favoritism at this point. He has her manipulated. If you don't do this, you'll never get published. If you don't do my bidding, you'll never be famous. When a young lady who is starstruck is worried about her future and her career, she's gonna bend over backwards for the person who can make that happen for her. I don't think it's favoritism on that one.
Because Diddy, he wanted to just talk. Like at the end of the day, everybody know you want to talk to your girl if you got into it or whatever. But Kim Porter knew about Cassie, but Kim Porter was under the impression that she was only a singer. She didn't know that they were dating under wraps. And that's everything that everybody knew for a fact that the feds was gonna come up with. They went as far as searching for social media posts.
You gotta realize Kim Porter is sick to death of P. Diddy's infidelity. This is the whole reason she called it quits to begin with. It wasn't how he moved or how he treated her or anything else, because she really had control over that with him. She knew that his image mattered way more than his anger, and she could flip his image on him in a heartbeat. So that wasn't the problem. His infidelities is what drove her out of the relationship. She was done. There was no way she was going to marry that man, a man who couldn't come home and be loyal and be in her bed and only her bed.
Diddy, he left the party, but he let Gene Deal hold his cell phone. Soon as Gene Deal saw Kim Porter text and say, "I'm done, I'm pulling off now," he saw Diddy instantly jet up out that door. Next thing you know, this is what Diddy instantly, he was already under the influence. He hopped right in the car and drove right to Kim Porter's house. Next thing you know, they got into it up in that master bedroom with them double doors. The Fed said when they went in there, they said that the safe was wide open, and everybody know for a fact only 2 people know the combination to the safe. That's Diddy, because he's so controlling, and Kim Porter. Everybody know that Diddy, he has all the footage and the VHS tapes that everybody been wanting to see, and everybody know for a fact the feds ain't finna play no games. They have a 99% conviction rate, and a lot of people put themselves out there and don't want to face the consequences when it come out.
I honestly wonder, with all the materials and the evidence that the feds picked up during the raid at P. Diddy's house, if those items were in that house. If they were, it's possible it gets leaked, because let's mind you, the videos are already out on the black market. People are already calling lawyers and going, hey, can you acquire this for me? I don't want my face out there.
That's why Jaguar Wright said that Diddy was the only one who was seen stepping on that doormat before he even went up in there. He kept pressing the doorbell because she already changed the locks. But you can't get mad at nobody for certain things that they do. You can't get mad at Kim Porter because she changed the lock. She didn't want you around. She was already tired of your infidelity. And next thing you know, you jump out there and you gonna rush to her crib and then try to instantly come back to the house and act like you don't know what happened. But you know for a fact that as soon as this happened to Kim Porter and she was instantly up in there trying to fight for her life, you went right back to the party and didn't have no remorse and didn't care about this lady. Drop them RIP Kim Porters down in the comment section, because she left kids behind. There's a lot of people knew for a fact Kim Porter was a role model. She was one person who the community looked up to.
She moved with grace and had a strength about her that was undeniable. People admired Kim Porter, even to this day, for the person of who she was and the impact she had, not only in her personal world, but the impact of lives around her and the community around her, both actress and model and mother and just friend.
She was helping the girls that was coming in, because she didn't know that Diddy was doing this stuff behind the closed doors. Then once she started going to them parties, she saw that Diddy was moving under wraps. He was doing things that she never could believe she'd see. That's why she started writing her book. And then once she was about to publish it and then put it out there on the market, Gene Deal told her, like, man, is you ready to do this? Is you sure you want to do this? And then that's what she said, I'm ready to do it. Next thing you know, Diddy instantly got into it with her at that party.
That's the last thing that P. Diddy wanted released. That book would have destroyed his image, his personal, his empire that he's built. Not only him, but whomever else she has listed in the book with him. Because you know the strings all come tied together at some point in time, right down to Jay-Z, who, oh, did you not know they only have a professional relationship? They only work together. They're not friends. Come on now, America's not buying it.
Nobody likes a snake. Nobody likes the fact that Diddy, he did all this and then he hid his hands. You throwing rocks at the penitentiary and then now you want to try to tell on everybody. Like, at the end of the day, that's on you, because you're the one who has to sit up in there and face the consequences that you put yourself in. Nobody told you to go out there and do that. You had all that power and you abused it.
You know, unfortunately, due to the time that has passed and everything that's really done, we'll never ever really know, R.I.P. Kim Porter, what happened. But you know what will happen? It's gonna eat away at his conscience. And you want to talk about a sleepless night?
For real though, low key.
The mother of your children?
Because if he got into it with her and they had a fight up in there, or anything happened to the point where she was telling him to get out, just like they stated in the affidavit, I want y'all to know, Diddy put himself in a messed up situation, because not only that you got these charges of racketeering and all this extra stuff, you literally have to face what they gonna bring to the light about Kim Porter.
I'm gonna just put it this way. Did we ever forget what OJ was accused about in the 90s? If the glove fits, you must acquit. I'm pretty sure everybody has said that at some point in time in your life. It's become a comic statement.
It do.
So, do you really think that even if by some miracle they prove P. Diddy innocent, people are ever gonna forget?
Diddy don't want to be guilty. If he guilty, he gonna lose everything. And Diddy know for a fact that he was having fun. bottles. I want y'all to know this was a sad and tremendous thing that he did. He did something that nobody has did in the history of the U.S.
You know, I was watching over a few different interviews that P. Diddy did over the years, from Larry King Live. He secretly, underhandedly, nonchalantly tells on himself some way in every interview.
Every interview, but he thought that it wasn't going to get out there, and people end up taking clips of the interview and end up putting it back to the media. Like, they sent it to them and let them know, like, yeah, Diddy said this, but Diddy was saying some messed up things. You cannot say messed up things and think that people ain't going to come back and instantly ask you, like, why you say that? Like, at the end of the day, you got to be ready to be questioned.
It really just shows how blind and naive we can be by the star, the famous person, because nobody really gave that two thoughts until this year.
A lot of people thought that Diddy was the main one gonna be there, fuck Kim Porter and them kids, but he ended up being the one. He kept the kids or whatever. He ended up doing it to Kim Porter, regardless of what went down in there. He shouldn't have never even put himself out there like that. This was the mother of your children. And you know for a fact you wanted her better than you wanted anybody. That's why if Cassie would have never came out, this one have never came out. Jaguar Wright knew for a fact. As soon as she told everybody that Kim Porter, it was a mysterious death, that's when everybody started putting the pieces of the puzzle together. And that's why Diddy is trying to hurry up and get out, because he's trying to silence a lot of people.
He's not going to be able to, though. You know what? They have him under lock and key, wrapped, signed, sealed, and delivered. He will be in incarceration until his trial date. They are not going to take the risk of him manipulating or threatening or coercing a victim, a suspect, or otherwise.
He want to put himself in a predicament to where he win, but he do messed up things. Can't do messed up things thinking that you're going to instantly get up there. No, you put yourself in the mind frame of the people who you hurting. All them victims, they are the main ones who helped you. You wouldn't have got to where you at right now if them people wouldn't have instantly gave you their ideas and did what they did, whatever they did for you. But you knew you was gonna mess over them. Once the tables turn, everybody know for a fact, that's when you start to wanna, hey, this happened and this No, you can't give a statement and say nothing happened. At the end of the day, this is why Jay-Z, he said he don't know you. At the end of the day, people know you, but people ain't rocking with you. Like, at the end of the day, hit the like button. Let me know if you're a fan of Kim Porter. Her son's not taking it too lightly, because from what Gene Deal said,
a little too little, a little too late. P. Diddy has backed himself into a corner that he's not going to be able to crawl out of with his money. And this is what he is used to. He's used to be able to buy his way out of a situation so quick that make your head spin. Not this time. You've buried yourself, and money means nothing right now.
You can't spend that money in jail. Like, at the end of the day, all you get back is the commissary.
Same way you can't take it to the grave with you. Was it worth it?
It wasn't worth it, but Diddy, he didn't care when it was going on. He didn't care about them people's lives. This is why the car got blew up. Kid Cudi shouldn't have never had to go through that. All he did was wanted to talk to Cassie. He didn't know she was taken.
Look, manipulation can only get you so far, and he manipulated his way to the top, and it's gonna knock him flat on the bottom.
A lot of people knew that. Everybody knew that Diddy was gonna eventually, he was gonna have to say something, and everything he's saying will be used against him in a court of law.
And not everybody's gonna tell the same lie. There are over 50 lawsuits, and only a few of them they're saying, this might not be true. Not everybody is gonna tell the same lie. If you've got over 50 lawsuits going on, there's some truth there. The same way, not everybody's gonna write a book. How was it that Kim Porter and Cassie were both writing a book? That's why they settled so fast out of court, because she gave them the option to buy her book.
KVD said he was gonna tell everything. If they would have kept him out and let him get on bond and get on house arrest and fight the case from the outside world instead of being locked behind bars, he was gonna tell them everything about Diddy.
I'm pretty sure he did, because he wrote a book. How are so many people writing a book about one person? And you're gonna tell me there's no truth behind all of this chaos?
A lot of
it's
people
done
know
for.
Yeah, it really is, because a lot of people didn't think that Keefe D was gonna come out and say what really happened on that night. Mike Tyson was the main one. He wasn't gonna let nobody get up close to Tupac while they was in his vicinity. Like, if Tupac and Suge Knight came around Mike Tyson wasn't gonna let Diddy or none of his homies get up close to him. This is why when they first came into the hotel, they started fighting before they even got to Mike Tyson. But then when they finally saw Mike Tyson, they already knew for a fact it was gonna go down. But they didn't think that they was gonna be waiting outside for them. They didn't think that they was gonna leave and come back. They was in that white Cadillac.
Mm-hmm. The bigger question is, were the girls a distraction or were they at wrong time, wrong place type of thing? There's no telling and we'll never know. It's not really in his book. But those girls created a distraction and a diversion at the same time. It was kind of like fireworks going off. Hey, it's Tupac! And that let him know right then and there where he was. So the question is, were they there as a diversion? Or were they just wrong place, wrong time?
Yeah, because we know for a fact Suge Knight was the one that was driving, and Tupac put his life in everybody else's hands that night. R.I.P. Tupac, man. R.I.P. Tupac, I'm gonna say it twice, man, for Tupac. At the end of the day, we know for a fact that there's a lot of people who wanted to see they downfall, but Kim Porter and Tupac, they was two people who changed the game because a lot of people looked up to them. They were pillars of the community, and people thought that they was gonna be the ones that was gonna be out here basically changing everything that Diddy and them was doing, because Suge Knight, he locked up right now. He not getting out no time soon.
You know, it makes me wonder, was Tupac taken out over Kim Porter? Was there jealousy there? Or were we just flat out jealous because he was so successful and had such an impact in the community he was untouchable?
Don't forget, Tupac was taken out because of what Keefe D went back and told all them. Everybody knew for a fact that Baby Lane Anderson, he was right there. He already knew that Tupac was already in the hot seat because Diddy already put the $1 million out. The hit was already ready to be done. Once they saw them pull out that MGM, that's where it all went down. Diddy knew what he put himself into, but now it's coming back on him. Everything that happened in 2000 is getting exposed now. We can't hide it now. Diddy knew exactly what was gonna come for him. He knew that them people was gonna come for him because of everything that he did, and he thought that everybody forgot about it. An NDA can't save you when you committing crimes like this.
The funny part is the people that signed the NDA and didn't report the problems and the crimes could actually be called to the stand and prosecuted, because by not reporting it, you're an association of the crime. Everything that P. Diddy has ever done, not just since 2000, but everything from the nightclub shootings, from whatever he did prior to the nightclub shootings, we can only use our imaginations a little bit there. Come on now, they're gonna dig in deep. The FBI does not just build a little case. They're gonna go back to the roots of what caused what problem, when, where, why, and how. And they're gonna dig in so deep that he might as well throw his hands up at this point.
Diddy not gonna sit there and think that he gonna get away with it and do all this to these people and it ain't gonna come back on. There's too many victims involved. And Jaguar Wright already said that Gene Deal gonna ride with her to the end. They were right there to witness everything. R.I.P. Kim Porter, R.I.P. Tupac.
It was a false sense of protection for P. Diddy. He thought he was doing something to protect his family and his empire and his estate. Okay, that's all well and dandy if there wasn't poor intentions behind it. Now, look at where we are. These people have been hurt, manipulated, their families threatened, themselves threatened. They don't know if they're coming or they're going half the time. It's never been a conducive work environment, but people were so afraid of the impact that he could have on their lives that they endured it. That's the worst type of life to have to live. Oh my God, did you hear that Jay-Z might actually be innocent?
He may be innocent, but they found evidence linking him back to Kim Porter's death.
Wait, Kim Porter?
Kim Porter.
I thought it was Aaliyah.
No, it wasn't Aaliyah. They said that Jay-Z told Dame and Dash to call Aaliyah before she even hopped on that plane. When they put Aaliyah in that plane, they said Aaliyah had too many bags on that. That's why it went down. Kim Porter, on the other hand, is an unexpected death. After she left Jay-Z and them party, now he may be off the hook a little bit because he asking the girl to identify from the after party that he was attending, but Kim Porter's name still ringing a bell. And everybody knew that Kim Porter, she went to a lot of Diddy parties, but we can't even talk about that. Like, at the end of the day, we know that we trying to get justice for Kim Porter. At the end of the day, we need to really pay close attention. Jay-Z, he got some answers to explain.
Seriously though, it kind of makes sense because Kim Porter knew too much. She was literally writing a book that nobody wants released.
Jay-Z's name was mentioned in the book.
It's a tell-all. There's more than just Jay-Z in that book. Can you imagine how many people are already on the hot seat for just being associated with P. Diddy, and Jay-Z's his literally best friend, right-hand man? Come on now, even Beyonce is trying to keep her distance.
Beyonce don't want no parts of it, but she came to a couple of them.
More than a couple. Come on now, she was participating.
But I don't feel that she was participating.
There's videos
I
and
feel
pictures.
that she was on the side trying to get Diddy and them to stop doing that.
No.
I don't think that Beyonce was doing that.
They released videos and pictures. There are literally videos and pictures of her in the bed with a lot of other people in the bed.
That's crazy. And that 50-foot bed that they got outside in the back, that's sad. But at the end of the day, we knew for a fact Kim Porter, she knew all the girls that Diddy was messing with. She knew exactly what Diddy had inside of his house. Inside of that master bedroom, it was so many tapes that the feds found. Jay-Z's name is written all over. If he think he's gonna get out of this one, I would like to let everybody know he not. It's over with. He got off on the stuff that happened with the girl, but we know for a fact everything that went down with Kim Porter, it will come to the light.
I think once they really start disclosing all the evidence and putting 2 and 2 together and building this puzzle, we're going to see an entwine between P. Diddy and Jay-Z and a lot more other people that is going to just be very unexpected and be mind-blowing. But one thing I just don't understand, if you know this is the life he's living, why get caught up in it? Why put yourself and your child and your wife at risk? Kim Porter left P. Diddy because of his infidelity, and she wanted no more part of it. She wanted to be able to raise her kids, be a mom, and have a peaceful life, not that constant back and forth and just drama all the way that P. Diddy brings to a situation.
P. Diddy, he puts himself in certain situations and he try to use the money to get out of those situations. We know what happened. Hit the like button if y'all feel that he did that to Al B. Short. Y'all know exactly what happened to Kid Cudi. Everybody knew exactly what happened to Heavy D. R.I.P. Tupac. And I'ma just mention those names because they were legends in the game.
I mean, seriously, who goes around blowing up people's cars? You're walking around and you're blowing up people's cars and you're threatening people.
All over a female. He doing it over Cassie, but at the end of the day, he was treating Cassie bad.
100%. And the video proof is out there.
Do y'all think that Cassie is gonna tell everything? Because
I don't think she can.
Wait.
I don't think she can.
It was only a little bit that she could tell because she gave out that big old statement. They got the whole statement of a lot of the stuff.
Statement.
But once she got paid that money,
it was a sign sealed
hold on,
and
so
shut
she
up.
can't say nothing?
No, that's why nothing else has come forward, because she literally offered them to buy her tell-all book. That's what she put on the table, and they did, basically. That's why it was able to settle in one day. Who goes to court and settles in one day, especially if you're innocent? But sitting here going, well, this is in no way an admittance of guilt. No, of course not. You bought the book, you bought the bait. But because she did that, she is at a sealed lips. She can't say nothing else about this because it's already been dealt with.
That's messed up because you know all the people involved in this. It's so many celebrities. A lot of people think that they just gonna get off on that. No, ain't nobody gonna even mention no names. Jay-Z the main one. They want Jay-Z. And the feds said that they ain't gonna stop until they get that man.
He's dug himself too much into a hole just being around P. Diddy. He's the one person that constantly is with P. Diddy. No matter what they're doing, where they're going, what song is being made, Jay-Z isn't far behind.
A lot of people knew that Jay-Z was gonna try to pay his lawyers to get them to seal it, to say everything they need to say to keep them from testifying and taking it into criminal court.
Well, yeah, because once you're put on that stand, it's over with. The lawyers and the prosecution have a way of, well, shall we say, manipulating the truth out of you, because they know how to spin a statement in 25 different ways in 2 seconds to make you slip up.
I think Jay-Z gonna get off on that one with old girl, but the excruciating evidence that they got on Kim Porter, it's mind-blowing. We cannot forget the fact that Mike Tyson, he said that Jay-Z and Diddy, they best friends. They hand in hand. Left hand wash the right hand. Like at the end of the day, Jay-Z know what he was doing, but you can't say that he did this or did that. Once that proof come out, then we all will know.
Absolutely. And really, when you look at it right now, everything is kind of a hush-hush, because if the truth starts spilling on Jay-Z, it's going to shed more light on P. Diddy. If the truth starts spilling on P. Diddy, it's going to shed more light on Jay-Z. They are intertwined. When one goes down, the other's probably going to go down with them.
Jay-Z know exactly what he doing. He got a lot of people that he keeping on watch because he know that Diddy, he trying to get after everybody that used to hang with them. He want them not to come to court. If they come to court, he cooked.
This is the very reason why they won't give him bail. They are afraid that he's going to get out there and manipulate the witnesses into not even wanting to get on stand. If he is able to manipulate the witnesses into saying it his way, he has a 50-50 shot of getting off because the evidence is still going to stand true.
But if Diddy sitting there in the house, on house arrest, y'all can guard the whole house. You can have on-clock security.
I'll go to a private
I go to a
island.
private over here, over there. Nobody will, I wouldn't let nobody come here without signing off on the checklist.
No women.
No women. It ain't about that, Mr. Diddy. Like at the end of the day, you know what it's about? It's about you being able to contact these people. You can send people out there to go mess with these people. Them people don't deserve to go through that. They already went through it for all them years. Not to mention the NDAs. All them NDAs, come on now, at the end of the day, the feds don't play no games when you do certain illegal acts. You have to face the consequences.
Well, in an NDA, this is where everybody screwed up, my opinion. This is where everybody screwed up. An NDA does not cover an illegal action. So, here's the catch-22 on an NDA.
He still got racketeering, too.
Yes, but catch this. On an NDA, let's say you and I sign an NDA, okay? And then you go and you do something illegal, and I know about it, but I think I'm not supposed to say anything. It's an accessory. I'm a part of it because I know you just went out and knocked off XYZ, but I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, see, and that's the crazy part about it. Certain people don't know that. So they signing them NDAs thinking that they can't say nothing. They watching this stuff go on. Now, hit the like button so YouTube can recommend the video. Hit the like button if you rocking with Kim Porter. Hit the like button if you feel that these NDAs, it was a bunch of BS from the beginning. A lot of people scared of what Diddy gonna send at them. Diddy gonna send them boys at them. Diddy gonna send them niggas up at them. Like at the end of the day, Diddy, he had mules. Like at the end of the day, we know for a fact the man was going out the country on a private jet. He was leaving the state just to go drop the stuff off. They found a lot of stuff in Diddy mansion. When I say they wrecked the mansion, they wrecked it. Jay-Z, he ain't off the hook. They ain't raided his house yet. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know what's gonna come behind that.
Oh, they're still very much building this case. This case by far is not done. If it was, we would already be moving towards, well, the list. And we all know what the list is, and a lot of people are afraid for that list to be released because it's going to incriminate people who never thought they could even be wrapped up in this.
Because a lot of people whose names was mentioned on the list that Diddy was reading off, they ain't get investigated yet.
That we know of.
Yeah.
We don't know what the feds do until the feds make themselves known. They have the financial support to be able to move around and you not even know. You gotta realize, gone are the days where they have to plant a tap in your house to wire something. They can tap into your cell phone and you'll never know it.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since 9/11, that has been a thing. You say key words and you're on a list.
It's over with.
So you don't know what the FBI is actually investigating until they're at your front door with a search warrant to finalize their investigation.
He said them names and then went viral. He said them names and it went viral. The moment that he did that, a lot of people started shaking. And a lot of people still shook right now. But a lot of people got restraining orders against Diddy. And I want everybody to know this video ain't about Diddy. This video ain't about Jay-Z, really. It's about Kim Porter getting justice because it's still undetermined. And that's sad to say. At the end of the day, they already said that Mike Tyson, he put out the word, he gonna do what it takes to make sure that Kim Porter get justice.
It's a very sad and heartbreaking situation. And the sad part really comes down to the fact that they're able to manipulate a death certificate. P. Diddy has the will and the power to control and manipulate and pay off and have people in his pocket for whatever dirt that he may have on them. And it is very feasible that he done paid off the coroner to put on the death certificate a certain type of passing. I mean, I'm just speculating, but anything could have really happened that made this woman lose her life at such a young age.
Jay-Z need to watch out because they gonna come for him regardless of what's going on. He still gotta go and face everything that went down, because on all them pictures, the feds got the footage. They said that he on the pictures with Diddy. He on the videos with Diddy. He over there swinging on a swing over that water, right there by the middle of that thing, right there in the back on the side, right there by the couch.
I honestly think they're not drawing too much attention to it just yet, because that's an ace in the hole for them. And again, if you get one to turn against the other, they're probably going to both go down. There's not going to be no brotherhood when it all comes down to it, because it's going to be a save at my own skin. At the same time, we don't want them to be in jail together. We don't want to have an opportunity to sit there and plan and plot together. So I'm going to leave you out here and put you in here because you're the bigger threat. Jay-Z ain't running off on his daughter. Jay-Z ain't running off on his wife. He's staying still and trying to move to where he don't get caught up in it and laying as low as he can possibly lay so that maybe the storm will bypass him.
It won't bypass because more names are coming out. As I said previously, everybody know for a fact what Diddy did. Diddy, he brought all these people into this. Diddy was the main one at the front line telling everybody what to do, how to do it, and how they should go about it. I want y'all to know this is sad, man. Kim Porter, I would like to say, man, RP Kim Porter. Drop the Kim Porters down in the comment section. It's a lot of people knew that Diddy was going to put himself in the box. Everybody knew that Diddy was going to put himself in jail. All the stuff that he did. He was chasing Cassie outside. Everybody got cameras. Like, at the end of the day, if Cassie don't want to be with you, she ain't got to be with you.
You can't force somebody to love you, and that's where it way goes wrong, because you try to sit here and force somebody to be in your life, but you treat them poorly. If you really want someone to be in your life, you're going to treat them right. Period. And there's not going to be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The way you treated her, I would have been outro long before you could have gotten that far.
Some people be naive, though. Some people don't really they don't be want to let people go because of one reason. What do that person got that you like? They comfort you. They comfort you. They keep you comfortable, and they do what the other women not doing. And I know everybody know for a fact, if you got a good woman, you got a good woman. If you don't, you don't.
And then you should appreciate her, period and point blank, because...
Don't wait till you do all this to her because she mad at you because of what you did at them parties, and then you go back and chase her down that hallway. They got it on camera. You can't lie in this type of situation. When they got the footage, they're going to put every piece to the puzzle of what she said. Like, at the end of the day, and I can't even sugarcoat it, hit the like button if you know I ain't lying. Like, at the end of the day, we need to really pay close attention to the key facts in this and look at the people involved in this. You chased this girl over there by that elevator. You did that to her. I ain't gonna even say it because that's bogus. At the end of the day, man, I want Cassie to get well because that type of trauma is bad. Being recorded while this man sitting right there chasing you down the hall, man, then now the whole world see it, that's bad.
Not just the whole world, her kids. Not only does she have to deal with the whole world, and okay, she put herself out there and she's brave and she opened that doorway for a lot of people. And great, good job, kudos, much love, because that takes so much courage. But she has to face those demons every day. Thankfully, it seems like she's in a very loving relationship now. She's getting the therapy that she needs. She's got a support system that's going to support her, because y'all, that's something that you live with the rest of your life. And that is the type of damage that he has done. That is the type of damage that Jay-Z has done. It is life impacting.
And ain't nobody bashing nobody. Like, at the end of the day, these are the stuff that's literally out there. Like, at the end of the day, public records, and we see everything that they did and that they were accused of. When you accused of things like that, you cannot try to talk your way out of it. You have to show vital proof. At the end of the day, you have to make it to where you able to get yourself out of it. You have to say something. If you don't say nothing, you have to have substantial evidence in order for them not to be able to go on with the case.
Realistically, though, the bottom line, people need to move better. And I'll put it like this. If you wouldn't tolerate it being done to your mother or your sister, you shouldn't be doing it. If you wouldn't want your daughter to go through it, you shouldn't be doing it. You're her primary example.
Diddy protect all his people but he doing this to these other people. That's bogus.
That's a double-edged sword.
Jay-Z, he's sitting there, he protecting everybody that's around him, including Diddy. Next thing you know, he doing this to other people. Like, just because one allegation didn't fall through, who's to say it ain't more where people actually gonna show their face? I just really feel that he gonna get off on that situation because, and quote me, unquote me, I'm saying it now, Jay-Z, he already came out and said that they need to show their face, prove that this happened, and what was she even doing now? I want y'all to look at the receipts that they came up with. I want y'all to understand, the receipts out here now. We got the receipts on everything that they said that happened. And Jay-Z, he probably get off on this one, but everything that happened with Kim Porter, it still sticks and it still stands. A lot of people knew for a fact Kim Porter was trying to get out of that lifestyle.
She was fighting life and death to get out of that lifestyle, including, like, threatening P. Diddy. She stood up to him himself. She was not afraid of him anymore once she realized she had the power to say, hey, what about your image?
Exactly, because he was on them yachts. And don't forget what went on them yachts. They charged his son, King Combs. They charged him for it.
But this is the example that his father set. You'll protect your mother, you'll protect your sister, you'll protect your daughter, but you can't set the right example for your son?
Son, exactly. Why you throw him out to the wolves?
That's a setup.